Welcome to our class. I'm Mrs. Smith. For the next 9 to 10 weeks, you're going to be in my room having art every single day. We're going to be having a lot of artistic fun. We'll be doing about 5 to 6 art projects. We'll be creating in our sketchbooks, making digital art portfolios, which is pretty neat. In this adventure that we're going to be on for the next few weeks, we're going to be working with Google Classroom as well as using the iPads to help us learn. Now, I expect everyone to follow the rules and really, be the best person you can be. And I know that we're all going to have fun because I know I have fun every marking period. And yeah, that's basically it. So the next few slides are going to go over what is my classroom. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Now, some general rules about my classroom. You need to be prepared. That means bring a pencil and be here on time. Please sit in your assigned seat. Clean up after yourself because I do not have a maid and I am not cleaning up after you. And please make sure that you are not chewing gum, candy. This is not a restaurant, so we are not eating food. Or if you need to bring, drinks in, that's fine. But you need to store only water. I don't want anything more than water. It must be stored on the floor and not on the desk. There's a certain kind of behavior I expect in my classroom. First off, voices should be down. You should be getting to work as well. Remember, please walk. You should not be running around in my room. Behave. I am expecting appropriate actions and language. And please be respectful to everyone in class and the supplies and the furnishings. Listen to and follow to all directions. Okay? Ask permission when it's needed and ask appropriate questions after I've explained everything. Now, the tools and supplies, please use safely and properly. If you cannot, you will not be using them. Consequences. If for some odd reason you are not listening to the rules, a couple of things are going to happen. One, I'm going to talk to you. We're going to have a smaller conference. Second is lunch detention. Just to let you know, your parents do find out about what happens if I need to send you for lunch detention because you will fill out a piece of paper. That paper is an I'm sorry note. That sorry note also needs to be signed by your parents in order to come back to class. If you don't get it signed, you cannot come back and you spend the rest of the day in the office. Now, third offense, this is the severe one. If I need to throw you out, your parents do get contacted and you go straight to the office and get written up. Now, in class, we'll be working on several different things. We'll be working in our sketchbooks, creating a digital portfolio, and doing about 5 to 6 projects. Now, the next few slides will be going over the different things that we're going to be doing in class. Now, in 6th grade, you will be getting a sketchbook. You'll be working in it each year, and I will be holding on to it until 8th grade, and after 8th grade, you take that home. Now, you will be getting about assignment per week or every 5 days. This assignment or prompt will be either a video or it might be a text from a website. Now, you'll have questions that will go with that and a drawing assignment. The actual assignment that you glue into your sketchbook will be handed out in class. It is your responsibility to take care of your book, make sure it's stored correctly on the shelf. If you lose it, you need to tell me so we can find it. If we can't find it, then you might need to replace it. If you do take it home, it is definitely important that you bring it back the next day because it should be done in class and there's plenty of time in the beginning of the class to work on it. Your sketchbook time is about 7 to 9 minutes in the beginning of class. If you come late, you are basically cutting into sketchbook time. If you need to take it home, please do. That's absolutely fine. Now, each person will be creating a digital portfolio. This portfolio will be stored in your Google Docs and shared with me. Now, in this portfolio, there will be about 5 to 6 assignments that you will be completing during your free time in class. Okay? If you cannot complete them in class, they are for homework. Now, they're short assignments that should not take that much time, But as I said, if you can't complete them in class because you need the time for your projects or you've been fooling around, they're for homework. In 6th grade, we'll be doing a mixed media project, a still life, designing a room in one-point perspective, doing a photography project, creating an ugly doll, and doing a painting project. In 7th grade, we'll be creating a still life, doing a printmaking project, creating papier-mâché sculpture, designing a architectural structure in two-point perspective, creating an animation, and learning about figures. Now, in 8th grade, we will be doing a colored still life, a self-portrait, creating a 3D digital room on the iPads, doing watercolor exploration, creating a ceramic piece, and doing a remembrance tile. Now, when I'm grading your projects, I'll be looking at a list of criteria. First off, I'll be looking at the technique and your skill, the level of it, creativity, your craftsmanship, the completion of the actual assignment, and your work habit. Now, how I break down your grade, 60% of your total grade will be coming from your projects, 25% will be coming from your sketchbook, and 15% will be coming from your portfolio. I'll be taking all those percentages from how much you get for your total grade, and you'll be able to see it on PowerSchool at any point. Now, as a school that has lots of technology in it, there are a few things that are needed to be gone over for my classroom. First off, you need to properly handle and put away all technology when needed to. So for example, if we're using the iPads, please make sure you place them back in the correct spot. Your Chromebooks need to be put in the drawers when we're not using them. All right? Now, if you are going to be on your iPads or the Chromebooks, you are not allowed to be on any non-art related internet researching, as you claim, surfing, viewing, playing of any non-art games. Not going to happen. If I find you in an area that is non-art related, I will be taking that item away from you and you will not be able to use it the rest of the period. Please, no selfies. I love your faces, but I don't need to see them. It is not necessary to have screenshots as well. Now, one really neat thing is when you take a picture, I get to see it. That's how I set up my iPad, so please don't do that. Also, please only use the devices that you have been assigned to, and when technology is not being needed, please put it away. Now, I know that we're going to be using Chromebooks in our classroom, but there's a few things that I need you to make sure of, okay? This is not an opportunity for you to play games on or to watch videos on, all right? All things that are related with the Chromebook, either I'm having you view something for Sketchbook or you're going to be on Google Classroom, but that is it. We're not using it for any other purpose. So if we're done with it, it needs to go away into your drawer. Now, in regards to the iPads, I expect you to hold them with two hands, just like your Chromebooks. Please do not go peeling the covers off. Be very careful with them. Although they have covers with them, they're still fragile. Do not go, erasing people's artwork on them. Don't be, changing things up. Yes, I do have some apps on there for GIST, but I would really like you to stay within the art apps. And finally, please, I know I've said it before, no selfies, no screenshots, no surfing in any areas that are not art related. Now, we will be using Google Classroom in my room. The only thing that I'm going to ask from you is please don't comment on anything, okay? I'm not using it as a comment area. I'm just using it as an area to post information and where to find things. It makes it a little bit easier when I can just say, hey, go to the classroom, click there, that's where it's going to be. It's also going to help you remember when things are going to be due. So please don't comment. I just don't need it. If you want to comment, come up and talk to me. It'd be so much nicer. Now there's a few general procedures that I have about my class. The next few slides are going to talk about them. When you first come into class, first make sure that I'm in the room. When you come in, First thing you do is get your sketchbook. If you have a new assignment, glue it in. If not, get your supplies. Go sit down in your assigned seat. Okay? Put your stuff away in the bins that are in the tables, or if you don't have it under the table on the side, and start working on your sketchbook. The first few minutes of class is sketchbook time. Okay? You may definitely use your Chromebooks, to access any of the prompts. Other than that, please just, work quietly and get to work. After the bell has rung for sketchbook time, please put away all sketchbooks and devices unless I have told you that we will be using the device for class. Also, at the end of the period, there will be another bell. This bell will tell you when to clean up. You are to clean up and you are to remain seated at your table, okay, until the final bell. Now, when you hear that final bell, you will push your chairs in and you may be dismissed. Work time is to be done at your assigned seat. Please make sure you get your work out, you work quietly, you kind of stick to the task. When you are finished with your project, completely finished, do not just automatically hand it into the hand-in box, which is by the exit door to outside. You need to make sure you check with me first, and if I approve and I say it's good to go, please make sure your name and your class code are on the front of your papers, as well as making sure that it's been mounted. If you're missing class for any reason, you are sick, you have band or whatever, you need to come and first tell me if you're going to band or someplace else, okay? If you're sick, obviously you can't tell me, but please come and find out what you have missed. Extra time. If there's any point where you finish a project, finish sketchbook, or the activity that we're doing that day, there is plenty for you to do. You may work on your sketchbooks, you may work on your digital portfolio, which is not a time that is set, which you need to find time within the classroom to do. Also, you can do one of the free draw books, one of the activities, and if all else fails, you can also work on one of the iPad art games. There's a few things you need to know about my classroom. If it's put away, you need to ask first. The only things that are available to you to use are all the pens, markers, color pencils, scissors, all of that up in front of the room are available to use. If there's anything that has been placed out for another class and I have not told you that you can use them, please don't touch them. A couple other things. Paper cutter is only for 7th and 8th grade. Please do not take a second piece of paper. I would like you to try to work with your mistakes or flip the paper over. Also, on one of the bulletin boards next to the door leading into the school, there are no-nos and some other set of rules, I guess you could call them, called yayas. They're definitely helpful hints onto how to make your artwork better. Other than that, you can definitely walk around the room and go any place. The only place I ask that you probably stay away from is my desk area near the smart board, but other than that, you definitely have free range of the room. If we ever have an emergency drill, either a fire drill or an evacuation, please exit my outside door and just walk down the hill very quietly, not too far, and turn around and face the building. After that, I'll take your attendance, wait for the bells, and then we can go quietly back in. Also, if we have a containment drill, please make sure that you go sit very quietly in front of the sinks or the cabinets right by them and just wait until the drill is over. At the end of the marking period, each person photographs 2 pieces of artwork. I then take everyone's artwork and put it into a large slideshow. After I've created the slideshow, I put it onto my website and anyone is able to see the full slideshow at the end of each marking period. If you need to contact me, just email me at sarah.smith@chester-nj.org and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Other than that, welcome to our class.